And now live, somewhere in Miami, it's Cooking with Rudy. Hey guys, my name is Rudy, and I'm your host for Cooking with Rudy. Today we're going to do a vegetable and rice dish. This by far is one of my favorite dishes. So we'll get started and we kind of go through this. This will be a two-parter. Well, originally I set out to only make one more recipe, which was my spaghetti. And then this Corona thing kicked in, and the city passed out food and things for pretty much everybody. So what we're going to do is, this is one of my favorite recipes. We're going to give it a whirl. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook some corn. So 1 packet of salt, as we always do. Peel the corn. Yeah, I'm trying something new again today. For the version that's on Facebook, we'll be able to once again see your comments. For a while I had the camera backwards, and I'm still trying to figure out the best way to get the camera in here to get the best angles. We can get this done, and I can see what you guys are thinking. What's on your mind? And of course, I welcome all comments. Thumbs up, hopefully. I want to know what you guys think. So first thing we're going to do is it's pretty easy. We're just going to add water to the corn. And we're going to get that going. That's the right burner. Next thing we got here is we're going to start off the rice. So the rice we're going to cook right over here. We're going to rearrange ourselves over here a little bit. So pretty much this is a mixed vegetable mixture here, and I'll go over the contents that I chose. There's a couple of different ways of making this, but everybody's kind of got their own. This is mine. I want to know your thoughts. Okay, so we're going to start this thing, and we're going to add, let's see here, 1 3/4 cup of water. Okay. Here's 1. And 3/4 cup. I kind of decided to make this one a two-parter, just by from how this comes up, how everything kind of comes together. Okay, then this one's pretty easy. We want to add stir in 1 tablespoon of olive oil or butter. So we're going to do the tablespoon of oil and actually butter. I like doing both. So here's the olive oil. And my favorite country crock butter. Oops, that's a little too much. Keep the butter out for your corn. But that's all we need at the moment. Alright, so we're going to prep our other pan here just to kind of have everything ready. Let this thing warm up a little bit. So, one thing I learned is cooking with coconut oil is freaking amazing. This stuff is great. Told it's healthy. I'm more of a let's make it taste good versus healthy kind of guy. So 1 spoon of that stuff. I'm gonna splash of olive oil again on this. And if you know Rudy's Kitchen, we always add garlic. Alright. Then the sauces here, I got stir fry sauce here. Just a little bit. A little more, whoa, a little too much. It's okay. And then just a hint of teriyaki, and I really do mean just a hint. It's coming out slowly. There we go. So this may be kind of a little long drawn out, but what we do is take squash, and how you can identify squash is the end over here. It looks a little different. Kind of looks like a back end of an engine. Versus the cucumber that's completely flat. So this is a really awesome little peeler. And I'm trying to do this with some speed, because on the part one I want to kind of show you guys what it all consists of, and in part two, just like the barbecue thing, kind of throw everything together. So, gotta give a big shout out to this little gadget. This thing is pretty awesome. It cuts everything. I like to use the smaller scale. And as long as you are nice to it, it'll last a long time. I've had this one for a long time, and so far it's held up pretty well. So what I want to do is I want to cut up the squash into small rounded circles and take off the end, throw it away. So we're going to put it in here and press. One bad thing about squash is it spoils pretty easily. It doesn't last all that long. So I got my second squash right here. Cut that up. Oh, a little slippery. Now I got this other kind of squash here, and these are vegetables I usually don't buy. But since I was able to, that was nice. Good catch. Since I was able to get it, I figured I'd use it. Check it out. Try it out. Okay. So I'm going to chop off the top. Make my slices again. Throw the end away. Okay, I only made that a little too thick. There we go. I think I'm going to chop this in half. I'm going to take a quick break from this and get this thing started here. So the rice is easy. Open up the box, remove the seasonings, dump rice in. I did notice there's two different types. There's one that actually is a 5-minute, this is a 20-minute, so this is actually another reason why we're going to make this a two-parter. So I'll throw this in here with its seasonings. And stir it around a little bit. Make sure it's all soaked in. This one is actually herb and mushrooms. Kind of curious to see how this one turns out. And we're going to cover, and in about 20 minutes this should be done. So back to our other dish. Something I kind of discovered, and this is all about discovering. Like I said, I'm not a chef. I don't think I'm even all that great of a cook, but it's interesting to turn out. And again, like I said, this is one of my favorite recipes. So, this right here, find another one here. Now, for all you seasoned cooks out here, I'd walk by this all the time in the aisle and had no idea what it was. I was like, maybe some funny tomato. Every beet I've ever purchased has always been in a can or in a bottle. Never ever kind of did the whole thing on my own. And again, this is with package, so I figured I'd try it out. Word of caution, this stuff works very, very well. Especially when it comes to diet. This stuff will go right on through. But I'm okay with that. So I'm doing 2 larger pieces, about most of the way through here. Now this one here, bound it a little bit. It means I bit off a little bit more I could chew, so I'm going to go ahead and empty it out in here. And it seems to be stuck. After all the great things I said about this thing, now it's going to malfunction on me here. Just going to toss this. I think I had maybe a little bit of the peel on here. For those of you who are curious, the cooking process for this, at least the way I do it, and I'm really curious to see how you guys make yours, is I go through and I boil them until they get soft, and I cut them in small pieces. This is left for tomorrow, or for the salad I'm going to make with this. The other item is onion. I have one here, so I'm going to put this one back. Bad thing about vegetables, I noticed, is this stuff spoils really, really, really fast. So that kind of sucks. But if this thing turns out the same way it did the other day, this is probably one of the best meals I've had in a really long time that I've prepared. Okay. Your onion, we cut off the bad parts. Shove it into here, equal pieces. Cuts, it dices, it slices. For that. Go ahead and make some room here. Okay, got room in here, so we're just kind of move this around a little bit. And again, I feel that this feeds 2 people. Easily. Maybe more. So I'm going to chop up this. Actually, I'm going to let this one go in the next batch. This piece. Okay, there's that. I'm take the contents of the stuff I had and dump it into my other pan here. Yeah, you can see this stuff is quite a bit. But what's funny about this is when you cook it, it really shrinks down to size. So this goes out. If you guys see me, you guys got ideas, or you guys see me doing something that you think is totally wrong, I got my favorite critic. He always tells me what's going on. But I'm kind of curious to see what you guys do and how you guys do your stuff. So, you know, definitely want to let me know. I misplaced my knife. Okay, for this, it's pretty easy. We just cut this open, throw the top away. And incidentally, I'm curious to see if anybody has a recipe on stuffed peppers. I'm really interested in doing that one. Okay, go smaller. This is kind of tough if you want to cut these up into smaller pieces. And we want to go bam. Knife into the wash. Bigger piece, so we're going to cut this up smaller. Some people might want to use the bigger setting on this. I just like the stuff kind of small. Smaller pieces, easier to mix for me. And I just found this kind of tasty. The celery gives it a little bit of crunchiness. would put equal pressure on this, otherwise this will snap in half. This thing's a couple years old. I'm not sure if anybody still even makes this thing, if it was successful or not, but it was really good. Alright, so out goes the cutter board. Nope, sorry. In goes the cutter board. We got one more pepper. There's that. Take the seeds out. I do have to share my successful story with the garden experiment that I started here the past couple of years. I can proudly say that I now have wild cherries. I'm growing watermelon again, providing the cat doesn't get a hold of it and pushes in the stems. I'm trying out raspberries, and the tomato plant, which was kind of expensive, actually seemed to have paid for itself, because I'm getting tomatoes there all the time. Matter of fact, after this is ready, I'm going to go and check on it, see what it's done today. Okay. Into the wash. Veggies. Dumped out. Some of it on my counter. Most of it in the pan. And I also forgot to add is that beets definitely do color everything. When you see this in part 2, if it comes out like it did before, this will make this right here look like an Italian dish, all freaking red. You see the redness in here now. So I'm gonna start this real quick, and then we'll pause ourselves. Let's see how the rice is doing. Rice is doing pretty well, so we'll be almost done with that. I'm just gonna keep that warm when it gets done here in a few minutes, and we'll come back. So front, I'm gonna add on high. I don't know if there's some differences on how, as far as like how vegetables should be cooked. I've heard slow, I've heard fast. Again, I'd like to hear your opinion, kind of see what you guys think. So, this right here is the end of part 1. I'll see you guys in part 2. I'll turn down my cord, and I'll see you guys in part 2.